Today we're going to go over the basics of how to make a map for Byte Lynx. First, you'll need to enter a name. Once you've done that, you can pick a template for your map. The FFA template will add the basic triggers for fighting multiple opponents, but will also add a large number of resources to your workspace. So keep that in mind before deciding. Placing buildings. Before we begin showing you how to place buildings, we will empty the map to give you a clear field. Erase is a good tool for emptying your entire map. Buildings, in general, are placed much like how they are placed in the video game. Once we select the Build menu, we can place wires individually, in a line, or hold Shift to build them in a rectangle. This is true for all kinds of buildings. You can also demolish in a rectangle by holding Shift and using right-click. Some buildings, like the HQ, require wires under them of the same faction, so make sure that those have been placed first. You can place buildings for different factions by selecting a color on the right side of the screen. Creating terrain. Terrain is another menu on the right-hand side, which allows you to place things like walls, which completely block passage, pits, which can be attacked over, energy nodes, which are required for miners that generate energy, and nanites. Relays can also be placed either two at a time to create two connected points, or while holding Shift to create multiple relays which are all connected to each other. Using tools. There are a variety of ways to speed up editing of your map that we will now go over. The most basic of these, in the Tools menu on the right-hand side, the most basic of these is copy-paste. Select an area of the map, then select Paste, and click on the lower left-hand corner of the area you wish to have the copy pasted to. You can also mirror sections of the map by selecting them and then having them be mirrored to the right. You can also hold Shift to instead have them be mirrored to the left. By selecting another player and selecting the Claim action, we can quickly change who owns areas of the map. We can also rotate sections of the map using the Rotate tool. Which will rotate both buildings and their arrangement within the area. You can hold Shift to change the direction of rotation, from clockwise to counterclockwise. Now let's clear that off so I can show you an example of using all of these tools at once. First, we're going to set up a basic base, and then mirror it into a four-way battle. Start by using the mirroring tool to make a copy of our base. Oops, we went the wrong way. We'll use Ctrl-Z to undo those changes. Oops, we didn't add enough space. Let's use Control-Z again. Once we've mirrored in the X, we can then mirror in the Y to create our 4-way battle setup. Now, that was a little messy, but fortunately, there's an easier way. We can do a mirror box to make all 4 copies at once and keep them perfectly in sync with each other. Now we just need to make those other bases owned by different players, and we'll have a 4-player battle setup. Now that our map is set up, let's test our map by opening the menu and going to Test. As default dialog plays, you can see that we now have a functional map. Enemies are moving to attack us, we can attack them, and build buildings. Then you can return to the menu and click Return to Editing whenever you feel the need. Now you know how to make a basic map. Skip to part 5 to learn how to share your map with the community.